Good morning. My name is John Lemus, and I am the Legislative Liaison for Washington Apse. Washington State's Apse chapter has been in existence for about a year now. Chapter legislative liaisons are responsible for keeping the chapter and its members updated as to what's going on at the federal level in regards to supported employment. One of the things I have been doing as a legislative liaison is to activate people for advocacy around getting the CRPD ratified. One of the things Washington Apse will do this legislative session is to activate a rapid response network amongst our members and employment providers in our state so that when issues arise, people can advocate. We will also be putting together a Take Your Legislator to Work Day next year. From an advocacy standpoint, there's usually a lot going on during the legislative session in our state, and this year will be no different. A lot of organizations in our state will be asking the legislature to support recommendations that came out of an audit of the Developmental Disabilities Administration this past year. In addition, Self-Advocates and Leadership is going to be pushing a piece of legislation to put an end to sub-minimum wage. Their language basically says this: any organization that contracts or subcontracts with the state to provide direct services to people with developmental disabilities shall be required to pay people with developmental disabilities the prevailing minimum wage. Also, Self-Advocates and Leadership is pushing some legislation that would make a change to Washington State's Employment First legislation. Currently, our Employment First legislation says that people may only receive one service at a time. SAIL would like to change this language to allow for a second service if someone is not working or if someone is underemployed, so that they have something to fill their day. The Washington State Community Employment Alliance supports this only if funding is provided to improve rehabilitation services. So that's what's going on here at Washington State as far as our legislative session that's upcoming. You can find more about Washington Apse on our Facebook page